it really is sad when something you love so much becomes turd. It becomes actual garbage and shit. And I think Star Wars is finally at that point. I read something that Kathleen Kennedy said, and I was just like, you know what? You know what? Star Wars is actually dead to me. It was dead after I saw The Last Jedi, and then the reaction the people in charge of Lucasfilm decided to give to the fans. The backlash they gave to the fans for not liking the film was disgusting, and anyone who even has any semblance of how to run a business, create a fan base, you're destroying decades of wonderful, beautiful, unifying content here. This is something which has brought people from all over the world together. Doesn't matter where you're from. I suppose China doesn't really like Star Wars very much. I don't know why. But really, anyone in the world, you are Star Wars, they're going to know Star Wars. They're going to know Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Han Solo, Princess Leia. They're going to know those characters. I would say probably you go anywhere in the world and people might not know who you're talking about when you say Rey, or Poe, or Finn. They won't know that. They might know Kylo Ren because he has familiarness to him because of the Darth Vader essence. But other than that, I would say you're going to be hard challenged to try and go across the world and see if people across the world know these new characters as well as they do with the old ones. And obviously they've had 3 decades, 4 decades to get to that point, but you know, they've been out of the spotlight for 30 years as well. Like, it hasn't been touched on with them for decades at the same time. I think the problem here is the leadership. As you can see, this says Star Wars The Jedi. I literally ripped off very carefully this thing with the last, because I got this before I saw the film. I was like, it doesn't matter, I'm gonna love the film. No, I hated the guts out of the film. I think I gave it a 4 or 5 out of 10. It really wasn't good. For a Star Wars film, it was awful. As I said, Attack of the Clones is the only worse Star Wars film than it, and that's a really bad film. And the fact that now Rebels is over as well, I think that I will not really be on a Star Wars hype unless they bring back another bomb animated show. Unless there's another animated show which is really good, or even a non-animated show in the next year and a half which is really, really popping. I think I will not be hyped for Star Wars. Even when 9 comes out, I probably won't be hyped because I don't care about the characters. That's something which they have completely chucked away the lore and the history of Star Wars by doing what they've done. And I had this t-shirt and I was just like, Naren, I don't like this t-shirt anymore. Even though I've done my best to edit it and get rid of it, it still doesn't feel right wearing it. I wouldn't want to wear this shirt ever out. I do think there needs to be some type of change. I don't know where it's going to come from. I think, I said in my last Star Wars rant, this isn't really a rant, this is more controlled. You need to give Dave Filoni a film. I'm scrapping that. I'm saying you need to put Dave Filoni in charge of Lucasfilm. Like, I'm going to that height level. Like, he's the only guy at this point who can save this franchise. Because if you look at the Marvel films are part of a franchise that is literally doing this. It's doing that. The DC films are part of a franchise which is like doing this, right? I mean, but then there was Wonder Woman, so it sort of came up and then it was down. That's what the DCU's doing. Star Wars is like this. It started off with the first film. It was like, oh, geez, that's pretty good. I like that quite a lot. And then it came to the Phantom Menace and it divided people, but it was like, this is still Star Wars. It has that Star Wars feel. So it was like, okay, tapering off. Then 2 came out and it was like, it's not really very good at all, actually. Then 3 came out and people were like, actually, this isn't bad. This isn't bad. This isn't bad at all. 7 came out a decade later. Actually, you know what? Star Wars is decent because it was a decent film. Force Awakens was a decent film. Rogue One, for me, Rogue One is a great film. It was like, geez, Star Wars is freaking popping. The Last Jedi. It went so far down. It lost so much credibility that I would say it's actually a bleeding IP at this point. Like, it is not a strong structure. I hate wasting things. I really do. But I think I need to make a point here. Maybe 4 people will watch this. I don't know. There's a bloody fly in here. Ruining this. I mean, it's not really ruining it. It's already such garbage content anyway. I do feel at this point, looking at like this shirt, I want to like get rid of it. Like, this is too much for me. I don't like wasting stuff, but I think I'm gonna... Oh, okay, there you go. Done. Okay. There you go. This shirt is done. Star Wars is done. Alright. Thank you. Thank you for ruining my childhood. Really. Star Wars was literally like lifeblood to me. Honestly. It's not a joke. I'm a freaking nerd. 100% true. You ruined it. You've somehow done something I didn't think was possible after watching Attack of the Clones. Even as a kid, I acknowledge Attack of the Clones was garbage. There were some cool scenes, but it was still garbage. But this stuff doesn't even feel like Star Wars, and that's a fucking problem. So yeah, the crux of this is Star Wars is dead to me. I'm even ripping clothes at this point. Anyway guys, if you did enjoy this video, please do like, share, comment and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, then if you didn't, who knows? Maybe Kathleen Kennedy will come and try and run your life. I didn't say ruin, because running your life will lead to it being ruined anyway. And you don't want that. I'll be honest, I don't want that either. So just subscribe anyway to avoid that. I've been NarendraTheComic. You have been great and I'll see you next time. Skadoosh.